If you're a regular viewer of my channel, you probably know about my grilling glaze. It's a little concoction that provides an amazing browning and flavor boost. I use it on almost everything that hits my grill: fish, meat, chicken, and veggies, and I even use it for ingredients that I cook indoors. Say I need a particularly quick browning on reverse sear burgers or sous vide meat and poultry. With the grilling glaze, I can get browning in under a minute. Over the years, I have received numerous questions about the safety of this glaze after storage and in sous vide applications. Is this a recipe for killing someone with botulism? Or is this totally safe? My grilling glaze contains soy sauce, pomegranate molasses, Dijon mustard, za'atar oil, and raw garlic. None of these ingredients are perishable or dangerous in any way except for the garlic. Raw garlic in a marinade is nothing new. I mean, come on! If that was toxic, we'd all be dead by now. But there are two things I do with this glaze that sound dangerous to the people who are well versed in the USDA warnings of innocent things that can kill you. You see, I don't make this glaze for every single meal. I make a batch and keep it in the fridge to use over a couple of weeks, and I use it in sous vide preparations. The problem with both of those is a bacteria called Clostridium botulinum. Since I have such a hard time pronouncing it, I'll call it CB for the rest of this video. While most bacteria need oxygen to grow, CB does not. In fact, it thrives and grows in a low oxygen environment like sous vide bags and oil bottles. Unlike most foodborne bacteria that can give you an upset stomach, CB can produce a neurotoxin that can kill you, so it is not something you want to play around with. Say you took some raw garlic, put it into olive oil and give it to people as lovely homemade Christmas presents. If this oil was stored at room temperature, it would be a perfect breeding ground for CB. Most cases of botulism in the US happen due to improper home canning or improper making of flavored oils. The lesson most people learn from this tragic Christmas tale is that raw garlic should never be stored or used in sous vide applications. But a better lesson is to ask a few more questions to better understand this nasty bacteria. Turns out that a low oxygen environment by itself is not enough for CB to grow and produce its toxin. Other requirements are low acidity, low sugar, low salinity, and favorable temperature of 40 to 120 Fahrenheit. And that's the conditions that my glaze eliminates. It provides a very acidic, sweet, and salty environment with the presence of soy sauce, pomegranate molasses, and mustard. As a second line of defense, I store the glaze in the fridge, which should be cold enough to eliminate bacterial growth. When I use this glaze in sous vide preparations, I make sure the temperature is set to at least 131, which is too high for CB to grow. Of course, if you start messing around with all these factors, skip half of the ingredients in the glaze and store it at room temperature, terrible things might indeed happen. Now that we have established that my grilling glaze won't kill anyone, here are some wonderful things you can make with it: skirt steak, burgers, salmon, zucchini, eggplants, pork chops, swordfish, and chicken. I'll provide links to all of these dishes in the description below, but I'm sure that's only the tip of the iceberg. So if you have more ideas, let me know in the comments. Here are more thought-provoking culinary videos for you to check out. And if you are ever in the Boston area, maybe I'll see you in one of my classes.